Here's a story about a magical pen, full of mystery, emotion, and wonder. The magical pen. In the quiet town of Gulmahar, where the evenings smelled of jasmine and the mornings sang with sparrows, lived a boy named Arav. He was 16, shy, and loved writing more than anything else in the world. But life wasn't easy for him. His father worked as a small shopkeeper, and his mother stitched clothes for neighbors. They could barely afford Arav's school fees, let alone fancy notebooks or pens. Every evening, Arav sat by the window, scribbling poems and stories in a half-torn notebook using an old, fading ball pen. Still, he dreamed of becoming a great writer one day, someone whose words would touch hearts across the world. One monsoon morning, something strange happened. Arav was walking to school when he noticed an old man sitting by the roadside under a banyan tree. The man looked like a wandering saint, white beard, wrinkled hands, and eyes that glowed with warmth. In his hand was a beautiful pen, golden, shining even in the rainlight. Boy, you love to write, don't you?
Yes, but how do you know?
Writers carry the weight of words in their eyes. Take this pen. It's not ordinary. Before Arav could speak, the man pressed the pen into his hand. It was warm, almost alive. Write with your heart, and it shall answer. Then, before Arav could ask anything, a gust of wind blew through the banyan leaves, and the old man was gone. That evening, Arav sat at his desk, the pen before him. It glowed faintly, as if waiting. Curious, he wrote, the sun sets behind the mountains, painting the sky with gold. As soon as he finished the line, the room filled with a soft golden light. The walls shimmered like sunset clouds, and Arav gasped. Everything turned normal after a moment, but he knew this pen was truly magical. The next day, Arav tested it again. He wrote, "A small bird flies into my window." Within seconds, a tiny sparrow fluttered inside his room, chirping cheerfully. Arav laughed with disbelief and joy. From that day on, his life changed. He began writing stories of happiness, and they came alive. If he wrote about rain, droplets pattered on his window. If he wrote about laughter, his home echoed with it. But the pen had one rule. It only worked when he wrote with pure feelings. When he tried writing selfishly, like asking for money or fame, the pen refused to move. Its glow dimmed until he returned to writing from the heart. Weeks passed. Arav started writing little stories and poems and submitted them to local contests. People loved his work, calling it magical and heart-touching. What they didn't know was that every word he wrote carried a spark of true magic. Soon, publishers began to notice him. He received letters of appreciation, and his name started appearing in newspapers. But one evening, disaster struck. Arav's father fell seriously ill. The medicines were expensive, far beyond what their family could afford. Arav sat helplessly beside his father's bed, tears blurring his vision. Then he looked at the golden pen. His heart whispered, maybe, just once. He picked it up and wrote desperately, "My father opens his eyes, healthy and smiling again." The pen glowed, but instead of writing smoothly, it shivered and cracked. A spark flashed, and the ink turned dark red. Arav froze in fear. The next moment, his father stirred awake, breathing normally. He was fine. Arav hugged him, crying with relief. But when he looked back, the magical pen lay broken in half, its golden light gone forever. Days later, when his father recovered fully, Arav felt both grateful and sad. The pen that had changed his life was gone. He buried it under the banyan tree where he had first met the old man. As he stood there, a familiar voice echoed behind him, calm and deep. "You used the pen wisely." Arav turned and saw the old man again. "You said the pen would answer my heart," Arav said softly, "but it's gone now." "The magic was never in the pen, my boy. It was in you, in your heart, in your words, in your compassion. The pen only showed you what you already had." Arav looked at his hands, trembling slightly. "Then, can I still write?" "Write," said the old man. "Write with honesty, and your words will always carry magic. The kind that heals and inspires." With that, the man vanished once more, leaving only the whisper of the wind and the rustle of the banyan leaves. Years passed. Arav grew up to become a celebrated writer. His novels spoke of love, kindness, and courage, and readers said his words felt alive. They laughed, cried, and dreamed through his stories. He kept the memory of the golden pen in his heart, never forgetting the lesson it taught him.
A true writer doesn't need magic ink, only a magical heart.
And somewhere, under the old banyan tree, a faint golden light still shimmered whenever a dreamer passed by, waiting for another soul ready to write from the heart.